It's time to brag. Be rich and generous. Brag Radio is hosted by best-selling real estate investing author Larry Goins and co-host Kandas. For the next hour, they'll show you proven and effective ways you can be successful in real estate. From the WBT studios, the flagship station of the Brag Radio Network, here are your hosts, the rock stars of real estate, Larry and Kandas.
Hello, hello, hello.
Rock stars. I got to figure out an instrument to play, and not just an air one.
Well, you know, you wanted me to teach you guitar lessons. You brought a guitar.
You tried.
You're right. I did. You brought it in the office, and you know, I gave you one guitar lesson, and I never saw it again.
So there was a disconnect with that, Chad.
What happened? Was it me?
No. The disconnect was I can play guitar in my head.
You can shred in your head, right?
It is amazing.
Yes.
I'm Van Halen in my head.
Yeah.
But,
what I can do
doesn't make it a reality.
This world has no idea. But then when I pick it up and I try to play a G, I think was the chord that you taught me. It was awful. So I think I like what I hear in my head. So,
better.
Yeah, a lot better.
That's funny.
If I just keep being,
That's funny.
So there was the disconnect with that. But there's lots of other instruments. So maybe I'll try my hand at something else that I don't have a preconception in my mind that I can play.
How about the bagpipes?
No. Try again.
She's a tough student, too. She's like, I'm trying to teach her the G chord. It's like, is that the one like you're giving somebody the finger? Yes, Kandas, that's the one.
One lesson it took, and he was done with it. I was done with it, too. It was just disappointing for me that it didn't just happen like it does in my dreams.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Hard work. You have to put hard work in.
I'm going to find another instrument.
The only place success comes before work.
Listen to the life lessons coming out of this now.
Is in the dictionary.
You guys are listening to Brag Radio, all about investing in real estate to be rich and generous. We do generally talk about real estate on the show.
I'm really excited about this show.
You're
because
always really excited.
That's funny. That's the way a lot of my videos start out. Hey, this is Larry, and I'm really excited.
With his hands up, too. You guys have seen it. I know you've seen it. Hands up in the air, fingers like jazz hands, all spread out.
She makes fun of me,
This is the best video ever. It's the safest, easiest, fastest way to make money.
Today. That's hilarious. If you don't already, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Larry H. Goins.
Or
right?
LinkedIn or Twitter or Periscope or Google Plus or anything and everything.
Exactly. So, I am really excited today.
Of course you are.
Because we're going to talk about 5 steps to get your first deal in the next 30 days.
Get her done.
I am excited about it.
So weird.
We've had a lot of people that have asked, okay? I know because they asked me, right?
Most of the time, yeah. That's the way that works.
They ask me, Larry, what's the shortest, fastest, simplest, easiest way that I can get a deal in the next 30 days, right?
Well, your name is everywhere and your face is plastered on everything that we have in 1, 2, or 3 places throughout.
Somebody mentioned that to me last night.
So why would it not be you, they ask?
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, there are specific steps that you go through to be able to get your first deal, okay? Now, I can talk to you about a couple different ways that you can get deals, whether it is wholesaling or seller financing. But I do love seller financing, and I also love wholesaling. Those are the 2 models that we do. However, what I'm going to share with you during this episode...
Oh, hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Would seller financing actually be considered more or less what we do now with the lease options?
Yeah, either way, it's just a different way to put it. I call them HITs, homeowners in training.
I know, I'm aware of what we call them.
Yeah. Maybe they're not.
Oh, they listen to this show. You listen, and I know y'all pay attention.
So the 2 quickest methods are wholesaling and seller financing, in my opinion. There's a lot of people out there that are teaching fix and flips. I'm not a big fix and flip fan. I hate rehabs. I literally hate rehabs. Don't want to work with contractors. Either. I'm a licensed general contractor, and I hate contractors, okay? And I'm a licensed GC myself, okay? But I hate rehabs. I shouldn't say I hate contractors.
You know what's so funny about this, Chad? How much he hates rehabs. Matt and I are remodeling our house. Do you know who I called?
Larry.
Yes.
He can do the work because he's a licensed general contractor.
But I won't do the work.
He hates him, and he's like one of the first people. Hey, I've got this guy. He came over. He told me this. Can you come look at this for me? Because I just don't know.
No. Sure.
I was like, will you help Matt? Because he's wanting to learn how to do this stuff too. And if he helps somebody else, they're going to probably charge me more.
And what did I write down for you? YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
You can learn anything on YouTube.
That's right.
It's so funny. I didn't even think about how much he hates rehabs before I asked him about helping us.
That's why you laughed before you started telling this story, huh?
Yes, it is.
That's
it just
funny.
now clicked.
That's funny. So we're going to talk primarily about wholesaling today and how you can get your first deal in the next 30 days, because you could do seller financing, and seller financing, it's much, much, much easier to sell the property, but there's a 2-step process if you need to actually cash out of the deal, okay? In other words, you need to buy a property, and then if you're going to seller finance it, you find the buyer that's going to put a few $1,000s down, and you're going to finance it for them. But then if you need to cash out, you have to sell that note, right? So that's an extra step, right? Now, if you have note buyers lined up and you have everything lined up in advance, it's okay. It's just as fast as wholesaling. However, right? Wholesaling is going to be quicker if you don't have note buyers lined up. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Well, first thing you got to do is you got to get past the fear factor, okay? You got to get past that, and you got to be ready to move forward.
And you know that is easier said than done.
I know it is, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of people think, I got no money, right? I'm working a full-time job. My family doesn't believe I can do it. You know, I've tried other programs before.
Why do you get this?
I'm in their head right now.
Down, like, whiny voice.
I'm in their head right now. That's the way it sounds to them, right? Right. I'm scared I'll get sued. Scared I'll mess up and lose money. Right?
You sound so funny.
I'm afraid I can't get funding. I'm afraid of getting stuck with a property. I can't stay motivated. Right?
The last word has like 3 extra syllables.
That's funny. But
get past the fear factor, all right?
You've got to. You've got to get past the fear factor. It's very, very important, right?
Very, very.
It is. And listen, a lot of people say, well, you know, I'm scared about this, but I have no money to start. Well, good. You got nothing to lose. Am I right?
You're not wrong.
Guys, I can show you how to start with no money. Now, we used to say in all of our marketing advertising, no cash, no credit, no experience. We don't say that stuff anymore, okay? No. You know, it's just not it's not attracting the right type of student, right? However, you do not have to have money to get started in real estate.
Your own.
You do have to have money, but it doesn't have to be your money, right?
Right. We talked about that a few weeks ago, too, I think.
Did we really?
Well, about how, not about like steps or anything, but about how it doesn't have to be like your money, and how people get caught up on the fact that they hear, you know, you have to have money, I have to have money, and I don't have money. And they don't think outside the box to where I can get it. And
there's a lot of ways to close and fund on a deal without any of your own money, okay? Now, when we come back from the break, we're getting ready to take a break. I can't believe how fast this segment has gone. I haven't even got to the first one yet, right? The last one is going to be like in the last 10 seconds, I'm going to say number 5.
That's how these shows go. You're killing me.
But the first one is to analyze. You've got to know how to analyze a deal, okay? Until you know how to analyze a deal and you know what is a deal and how to determine if a deal is really a deal, you have no deal, right? So when we come back, I'm going to show you a very, very quick, easy, simple method that you can analyze a deal literally in 2 seconds flat. Call Kandas.
877-LARRY-GO, 877-LARRY-GO. Request your digital investors kit or text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063. Welcome back to Brag Radio. This is Kandas.
You sound very excited today.
I
Good
do.
job.
Maybe it's because
I'm being sarcastic.
Maybe it's
You can't tell?
no.
Oh,
My
good.
sarcastic meter has taken a dive lately. There was something that was going on last week in the office, and Garrett, he's new. he's new to me and everything, and I don't know if my sarcastic meter with him just doesn't register all the time. I can't tell when he's being sarcastic and when he's joking.
When he's being sarcastic and when he's joking.
Most of the time, though, 98% of the time, he's being sarcastic with
And
anything he says.
He's our new acquisition guy. Kid's 24 years old, and he's already got like 2 or 3 houses under contract. Been with us about 3 weeks.
Very ambitious. Very ambitious. He's just,
Left a CPA firm to come work with us.
I just got to gain my ground and figure out what is going on when I'm in conversation with him.
There you go. There you go. So we're talking about your first deal in 30 days. We got to get to it, Kandas.
First,
gotta get to it.
I'm on board.
All right.
Analyze.
So the first one is analyze, right?
You gave it to him before we went to the break.
I know.
Don't act like I'm telling him a secret.
So guys, if you want to learn how to wholesale a deal, and which is probably going to be your quickest way if you're starting with limited funds, right? So that's going to be your first one. All you got to do is take ARV, that's after repaired value, and all you need to do to find that is go on Zillow and look for sold comps, not the Zestimate. Forget the Zestimate. It means zilch, okay? Look for sold comps and look and find out what the ARV is, or you can ask an agent. Just call an agent. Hey, what's this house going to be worth once I fix it up, right? An agent will tell you that. So you take the ARV. Let's say the ARV is $100,000 after repaired value. In other words, once you fix this property up, or once someone fixes this property up, because you're not going to fix it up, the person you're going to sell it to, the person you're going to sell it to is, because you don't want to do a rehab. I hate rehabs. I hate it. I'll never do another one. You can't make me. You can't make me.
Do it.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
There it is.
Wouldn't be prudent. Okay, so here's the deal. ARV times 0.7. $100,000 times 0.7 is $70,000, right? Mm-hmm. Then you minus out a couple $1,000s for closing costs, okay? Now you're down to 68, right? Now you minus out the repairs. Let's say the repairs are $10,000. Now you're down to $58,000, okay? Then you subtract whatever it is you want to make. Let's say you want to make $10,000. Now you're down to $48,000. So if you pay $48,000, you can add $10,000 to it, right? Mm-hmm. And sell it for $58,000. That person's going to have $2,000 in closing costs. They're going to which is going to get them up to $60,000. They're going to pay $10,000 to rehab it. That's going to get them up to $70,000, and then it's going to be worth $100,000. That's a 30% equity that they're going to have in the property.
That's what you call a win-win right there.
That's right. That's right. So if you can pay $48,000, your first offer is probably going to be in the low to mid 40s-ish, right? Mm-hmm. It's not going to be your first. So in the future, all you got to do is think ARV times 0.7 minus $2,000 minus repairs minus what you want to make, right?
Equals your buy price.
Equals how much you can pay for it. And then just lower your first offer from there. Very, very, very simple. It doesn't get any simpler than that, right?
Not really.
No, you don't even need a calculator. I tell people all the time, look, if you need a calculator, it's probably not a deal, right?
There you go.
If you need a calculator, it's not a deal. It doesn't take a cypholator, right?
A cypholator.
A calculator, right? To be able to tell you if you got a deal, right? But remember, guys, if you're just starting out, it's extremely important that your first deal be a home run. Very, very, very important that your first deal be a home run, all right? And just remember, if you're not embarrassed by your offer, it's probably too much, right? If you're not embarrassed by your offer, it's probably too much. Don't get into the mode of, I got to get a deal. I got to get a deal. I got to get a deal. No, you got to get a good deal.
Right.
Right, Kandas?
That's right.
You got to get a good deal. Make sure your first deal is a home run. That's very important. I've seen so many people that have gone out there, and whether it be they went to a seminar or read a book or whatever, and they just got so anxious, I just got to get a deal, and then they let somebody sell them a property. Remember, guys, you buy houses, you don't get sold. You buy houses, you don't get sold houses. That's extremely important, right? You determine how much you can pay. I've had so many people that said, hey, so-and-so, I've got this person giving me a deal and they're asking this. It doesn't make any difference what somebody's asking for it. You tell them what you can pay.
Right.
Right?
You need to be the one buying, right? Definitely not being sold.
That's exactly right. Okay, that was the first thing. Learn to analyze. Number one. Number two is funding. Now that you know what is a deal, next you got to line up some money, right? Mm-hmm. Now remember, you need money to do real estate. Just doesn't have to be your money.
That's right.
Right? Doesn't have to be yours. Now, there's some ways that you can do deals where you don't have to come up with the money, and nobody even has to come up with the money, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different ways to close deals where there's no funding needed, right?
That's right.
And I'm going to go through those right now. If you're driving, don't start
Don't
writing
write
this
these down.
No, if you're
don't
driving.
Write them down.
But
send me an email, info@bragradio.com.
Or just look at the show notes later. Look at the transcript. We transcribe this whole thing now.
Yeah, we do.
We
do now. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I know. We have the whole thing transcribed, and we have show notes, and we have links and stuff like that.
You can text to get stuff. We're getting high
and now
tech.
it's on video too.
We're getting high
It's on
tech,
video.
Chad.
You can see the video of every show.
2
as well.
years, we're moving up in the world.
Unless I forget to bring the GoPro, right? Which I have done a time or 12. Right? So, no funding needed. The fastest, easiest, simplest way to not have to come up with any money is doing assignments, okay? When you buy a property, especially from an individual, you are going to write in your contract as the buyer name, the name of your company or your name, whatever it is. Last week we did a show about entities, asset protection, entity structuring. So go back and watch it or listen to it as well. But let's say it's XYZ Investments, LLC, and then follow that by the words and or assigns. In other words, you can assign that contract, right? Let's say you get a house under contract for $48,000, like we just talked about, and then you're going to add 10 to it, and you're going to assign it for $58,000, or you're going to actually assign it for $10,000, right? But their full price is going to be $58,000, right? Mm-hmm. You find what's called an investor-friendly attorney or title company, okay, where you can do assignments. It's not a buy and sell closing. It's one transaction where you are assigning that contract at the closing, okay? And you get the assignment.
We have investor-friendly attorneys too.
Yeah, in multiple states. You can also always call your local real estate investors association.
That's a good point.
They will know as well, right?
Very true. Yeah.
So the second way that you can do a deal with no funding needed is options. Now, an option gives you the right, but not the obligation to buy a property. Okay.
We went through that a couple weeks ago too, in depth.
Yeah. Oh, did we? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So go back and watch that show or listen to that show as well.
Well, you can give them a little bit more, but that was a pretty long show from what I remember. Well, I mean, they're all the same length, but
it's an hour.
It was really in depth. It was
a long hour.
It was a long hour. When we get really into like the details of things, I get so bored, guys. I really do. But I know y'all need to know this stuff. But sometimes I think if you just align yourself with somebody that's already been there and knows what they're doing and has done what you want to do, that's the quickest way that you're going to be able to get to success. So I like to be kind of on the fast track with things, and I would personally rather do that if I were you. So if this stuff bores you, the minutiae and the details, even though you need to understand the process of how it all works and everything, just attach yourself to somebody. It could be us, it could be Larry. Or anything like that, just get hooked up with somebody that's already been there and can show you the quicker way to get it done.
And how can they do that?
877-LARRY-GO. You can give me a call. We're getting ready to take a quick break, but give me a call to get your investor's kit, the copies of the books in there, Real Estate Day Trading, and HUD Homes Half Off are both in there. I can get the digital kit out to your email. Give me a call, 877-LARRY-GO, or text the word BRAG, B-R-A-G, to 803-897-6063. Any questions that you had from this last segment or two on the details that we've gone through, send me an email to info@bragradio.com. It's all Larry's saying it's all in the book while he's not up to the mic. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Brag Radio, where Kandas and Larry are laughing so hard they can't talk.
Oh, my God. Man, it's too bad that wasn't, like, during
Too bad the commercials
the
aren't
show.
on the air.
Yeah, too bad the commercial time is not on air.
Wow.
I don't stand like that.
I was doing an imitation of Kandas.
Not a
Right.
good one. It was funny, but
With
it's
my
not.
hands on my hip backwards.
I don't stand like that.
No, but you could.
I hope I don't look like that if I do. I'm sure I won't now just because of that.
You're going to try it, I know.
Good grief.
All right, so we've got like 3 more to go through.
No,
We're not
you're
even done with funding yet.
I'll stop talking.
No, I knew coming back on.
You say, be involved, Candace. Stop working while we're on the show, Candace. Play along, Candace. And then we go to break. I'm behind. You're too chatty, Candace.
All right, just don't get to where you go, as your responses.
Just make up your mind.
It's okay. Okay, let's jump through this.
Okay.
Funding
Options.
is the second.
You're talking about five ways, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks,
Yes,
Chad.
yes.
Thanks, Chad. We got to see. We're supposed to do a recap.
Yeah.
I can't believe they still have us on the air.
It's because our check's still clear.
Okay, so no funding needed, right? Assignments, options.
Options,
Then
yeah,
you
got
have
it.
assignment of beneficial interest using the trust. We got an inner circle student. She's actually been on this show before, Sarah, and she's doing a deal where she's making $82,000. She's buying a house for $1.2 million, right?
Yeah.
And she's wholesaling it for $1.3 million.
Yeah,
right?
she's a high-end buyer. She's a high-end investor.
Yeah, well, she's in California, but she does stuff all over.
Yeah,
Alabama,
that's
the
not considered
Carolinas.
high-end there, is it?
Yeah, that's out there where the prices look like phone numbers,
Yeah, apparently.
foreign phone numbers. So anyway, and she asked me how to put this deal together, and she's doing an assignment of beneficial interest using a trust, right? She's getting it under contract in the name of a trust for $1.2 million. Then she's going to sell the beneficial interest for $100,000,
Yeah.
and then minus cost and everything, she's going to net about $82,000.
Great deal.
Okay? Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, we taught her how to do that. Yeah.
That's all. That's all. That's a Goins method right there.
Yeah, with my best Barney Fife look. Right? So next you can create a corporation or LLC and sell the shares. You just create an entity, right? An entity that is for the sole purpose of buying the property, right? Like 125 Oak Street, LLC. And then you get the property under contract in that entity, and then you sell 100% of that entity to your buyer for whatever you want to make on your wholesale fee, right?
Right.
That's exactly the way that works, right? So then you can do what's called a simultaneous closing, where you actually buy it, close on it, and sell it. It's 2 closings back to back, right? And you have to use what's called an investor-friendly attorney that understands what you're doing, right? So you do a back-to-back closing. Some people call it back-to-back. Some people call it simultaneous. Some people call it A to B to C, that sort of thing, okay? Now, there's some other methods you can fund deals. If you're buying a HUD house, okay, if you're buying a HUD house or a house that's on the MLS, you can use those last couple of ways, right? Assignment of beneficial interest using a trust, create a corporation or LLC and sell the shares, and do a simultaneous closing. You can do
With
all
HUD,
those
yeah.
with HUD and a bank or whatever, okay? But now, if you do happen to have to have funding for a deal, you could use private money. That's just finding other people that have money, and they'll put up the money for a piece of the deal, right? Maybe 10% of your profit or something, right? I mean, I don't know anybody that wouldn't put up, $48,000 to make $1,000 overnight.
Not if they wanted
Right?
to. Yeah, if they wanted to grow, it's easy.
I mean, do the yield on that, right? So you could do private money. You could do cash partners, right, where you bring in somebody and you just partner with them. What?
I'm just watching.
And credit partners.
Doing anything.
Credit partners. What about your IRA? Using your IRA or someone else's IRA, right? Either one. Either your IRA, retirement account. It could be an IRA, a 401k, a safe harbor 401k, a solo 401k, an ESA, education savings account. And it could also be an HSA, a health savings account. One of our students just did a deal in his son's ESA, and he made $52,000. $100,000.
It's a nice game.
Right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I got college paid for a year or two.
There you go. One deal.
That's awesome, right?
Yep.
That's sweet.
If he goes to college.
Okay, so I know, right? You never know. So the good thing about an ESA is you can pass it along to another child if you want to. Mm-hmm. It could be a child or grandchild. You can go from one to the next, right?
Right.
So first we had analyze, then we had funding. Number 3 is marketing. Okay? Now, you've got to market to find some deals. There's a lot of different ways that you can market to find deals, a lot of different ways. And the first thing that comes to mind is running some ads on Craigslist, right? Just run some ads on Craigslist. I buy houses, any condition, anywhere, cash, right?
What was the one of the recent deals that Troy's got? What ad was that from that we ran?
Oh, that was from an ad where I ran a test ad to see. I ran a test ad with a house that said, showed a picture of a house with pictures inside and out.
Right. And
it said $49,900 rental property will sell to a landlord with owner financing. And I put 25% down, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, the phone rang off the hook.
Yeah.
And we had a tremendous amount. I'm still getting responses. And this was about 3 weeks ago. And one of those people, they said, well, I've got a house that I need to sell. And we ended up buying the house. Troy has it under contract, right? Mm-hmm. And it's up in Asheville or Henderson, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Yeah, near Asheville. And he got it under contract for $30,000.
Yeah, right? Off of that ad.
Off of the ad that we posted to sell a property. So, guys, you never
be ready for everything.
That's right. Even when you put out bandit signs that you buy houses, you're going to get other people that call you to buy a house from you, right? It happens all the time. So there's bandit signs, those signs that say I buy houses. Ours say Larry buys houses. The bandit signs, you've got you can pay people to put them out. We pay people $1 per sign to put them out, right? That's right. And then there's you can put them up in stores. You need to get business cards. We have some unique business cards, like $1 million bill that we use for business cards, which are pretty cool. Postcards, and you can do direct mail with those postcards. Mail them out to vacant owners. Mail them out to pre-foreclosures. Mail them to Section 8 landlords. There's a lot of Section 8 landlords that are don't-wanters. Not only Section 8, but other landlords as well. Right. They're just tired of dealing with tenants.
Sometimes people do want to retire, and they're just ready to get out of the business. Exactly. It could be for any reason.
And vehicle signs. Mm-hmm. Like Larry buys houses is on the side of my Lexus, the Lear Lexus.
You can't really see that, though, too, unless you're right faded. Up on your car.
It's been there. See?
I meant to tell you that the other day.
My car is champagne color, okay? It's like gold, but it's champagne color. I like the sound of champagne better.
2002 champagne color.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't drive new cars, right? It wouldn't be prudent.
Anytime you can use it. Anytime.
1,000 points of light.
But about every year or two, you have to order a new sign because I have the signs ordered, and you can buy them online. There's a lot of places you can get them, and then you design your own. It's like designing a business card or something, and then they'll print them and send them to you, and it takes you like 30 minutes to put them on your car.
But they fade.
Yeah, after a while they do.
Especially in the southern heat.
Yeah. So you can do vehicle signs. You can have name tags, like scrolling name tags. I have a scrolling license plate frame on my car. It says Larry Buys Houses, 855 Larry Buys, and LarryBuysHouses.com. You can have your own website, internet lead sources. There's a bunch of those out there. Flyers, referrals from CPAs and attorneys, even billboards. There's a lot of billboards around that say, we buy ugly houses. That's home investors. Mm-hmm. There's a guy here in Charlotte runs some that says, we buy pretty houses too, which is pretty cool, right? And then you got Realtors, Zillow, Trulia, PropBot, Search Tempest, Oodle. There's a lot more. When we come back, we're going to go through the last two
You
methods,
are cutting it close, sir.
Right?
You are cutting it close.
Call Kandas right now. Get your free investor's kit. You'll get a copy of my book, best-selling book, Getting Started in Real Estate Day Trading. But you can get it absolutely free by calling Kandas.
Yep, and there's another book in there, too, HUD Homes Half Off. So you guys give me a call, 877-LARRY-GO, or text the word BRAG, B-R-A-G, to 803-897-6063. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Brag Radio.
Leading the world to be rich and generous.
This is Candace.
And Larry.
So
Go ahead.
So if you guys have been listening to the show this week, we've been talking about the 5 steps to get your next deal done in the next 30 days. He got through 3 of them. We're going to see if he can make it with the other 2. So we've got analyze, funding, and marketing.
Analyze,
as the first 3.
Funding, and marketing. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So number 4 is making offers. You know what, Candace? I tell people all the time, the 3 most important things in real estate are make offers, make offers, make offers.
I'm aware.
Yeah, you got to make offers, because if you don't make any offers, you're not going to get a deal, right?
Right.
It's very, very important to make offers, right? If you don't, when somebody comes up to me and says, oh, this real estate stuff doesn't work, first thing I say is, how many offers have you made? Well, I've been searching online, and no, let me ask you another question. How many offers have you made? Well, I talked to a couple of realtors. No, let me ask you another question. How many offers, just a ballpark, have you made?
This is his standard answer, Chad. Like, this is his standard answer to their question. His standard question to their question, rather.
It is. I mean, think about it. If you make no offers on a house, you have 0 chance of buying one.
0.
Zip, nada, zilch. You have no chance of buying a house.
Game
right?
over.
Anyway, so that's the 3 most important things. Now, how are you going to make offers, all right? What you can do is, anytime you call an agent or call a seller, right, it's very important to make your first offer on your first phone call. You only need to know the answer to a couple of things to be able to make that offer. What's the ARV and what's the amount of repairs?
Yeah, we went over that and analyzed.
In the first or second segment. I think second segment. We got to number 1. Right? So, anyway, you only need to know the ARV and the amount of repairs. Then you can make the offer. And it's very important that you make that offer on the first phone call, right?
Yes.
The second way is, like, if you're working with agents or you're buying listed properties, making offers on listed properties, sign up for what's called email notifications with realtors, right?
Right.
While you're on the phone with them, say, put me on your email notification list to get properties as they become available, right? You want to talk to them first, right? And then properties that meet your criteria. Like, what we like to look for are properties that are listed for $100,000 or less. Because the easiest type of properties to sell are the lower price properties. We have learned that over time, the lower the price of the property, now I'm not going to talk about $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 houses, but typically if we can sell it, wholesale it for $50,000 or less, $49,900 or less, we get a tremendous amount of more buyers, right?
A tremendous amount of more.
What? I knew before I was saying it. I knew, but you ever start to say something that's like it's coming out and you can't stop it, right? Like, when's that baby due, right? You can't stop it, it's already out there, right? Anyway. Come on, straighten up over there. So, you want to make your first offer on the first phone call. You want to get on their email notification list, right? And then you can also, another way to make offers is have the realtor go ahead and make offers for you. Then all they're doing is emailing you the counter offers. Give them authority to make offers based on your formula and then have them do it. We've got guys in our office.
Right.
Realtors, licensed people in our office that they're on the phone and on the computer all day long calling agents and making offers, right?
Right.
And they don't even have to talk to me until we get one under contract or get it close to contract, right?
And hopefully before long, they won't even have to talk to you then.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
Exactly. So, and then there's written offers, right? You could use a one-page offer form, or you could use the realtor's offer form. And if you're buying on the MLS, you need to use the realtor's document, right? Or if you're buying from an individual, you could use just like a one-page offer, okay? So what you want to do is there's a lot of different ways on the phone. There's email. There's written offers. Now, if you want to really get a little fancy with it, right, and make a lot more written offers, you can use a service like Zip Forms. Realtors use Zip Forms all the time, zipforms.com, and there's DocuSign or Write Signature, where you can basically put in an offer to purchase into Write Signature or DocuSign, and you can fill it out, and then with the push of a button, it goes out in an email to the listing agent. So you can put the offer in right through the listing agent. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, we even have a CRM that does that for you as well, where it'll fill out the contract and email it right to the listing agent, right?
Right to them.
Now, there's also, if you like to work on your phone or your iPad more than on, say, a computer, there's a lot of different apps out there that you can use to sign stuff and to scan and to send offers to purchase, like Sign Now, that's an app, PDF Scanner or Scanner Pro, Turbo Scan, there's a bunch of them. What's going on?
Nothing.
What's happening right now? There's Adobe Sign and Scan. Well, hey, I still got another one to go, and we're halfway
what they're looking for.
We're halfway through this segment, right? So you could also have a VA submit offers for you as well, okay? You could have a VA submit offers. Now, don't worry about the due diligence because you're going to make sure you have a 15-day inspection period. Then you're going to go through your due diligence, and we don't have time to talk about that, but call Kandas and get a copy of the book. All the details are in there, okay? Now, the last one. Here we are. Number 5.
He got to it.
In 5 steps to get your first deal in 30 days is to sell the property fast, okay? You want to wholesale. What I call wholesaling is stack them deep and sell them cheap, right? It is the fastest way to get started because there's fewer steps. What?
Like, it sounds like that should be something somewhere. I don't know.
Stack them deep and sell them cheap.
Yeah.
You can have repeat business. You're dealing more with educated buyers. There's no emotions involved. You can sell your properties. Literally, we've sold properties in 2 hours or less. You can sell them by email. First thing you got to do is build a buyer's list, okay? And where are you going to build that buyer's list? RIA groups, printed classifieds, online houses for sale. And we have these little bandit signs that say foreclosure with the price. It'll say like worth $80,000, our price $49,900 or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And it really helps. You can also sell them on Facebook. There's Facebook groups out there. Go to Facebook groups and sign up for groups in your area, real estate investing groups in your area, whether you're in the Carolinas or Texas or wherever. And you could use your profile. You could use a Facebook page for your business, and you could run ads, comment, share, post, join different groups. There's just a tremendous amount of ways just on Facebook that you can build your buyer's list.
Right.
And then you want to put them into some kind of a dating base, okay? Mm-hmm. So some kind of a dating base where you can send them out an email. What?
For a date.
Yeah. No, you can send them an email, a database. You can send out an email like MailChimp. We use MailChimp, right?
Right.
We use MailChimp. So you can send them out an email anytime you get another property under contract. Send an email out to your buyer's list that says, hey, I've got a great deep discounted property. It won't last long. Let me know if you want it. Cash buyers only, right?
Cash buyers, yep.
Cash buyers only. And guys, then all you got to do is get out there and start making offers. That's it, right? So you're going to analyze the deal, right? You're going to analyze the deal is number 1.
Yep.
Then you're going to line up your funding. Then you're going to start marketing to get properties. Then you're going to start making offers. Make offers, right? And then you're going to sell it fast. Remember, work as hard at building your buyer's list as you do at finding properties. That way, when you get a deal, you'll have somebody to sell it to. A lot of people are afraid to make offers because their biggest fear is, what if they say yes? Now what do I do, right? Mm-hmm. See, if you start working hard on building your buyer's list, you don't have to worry about having somebody to sell it to. Let me tell you something. If it's a deal, if it's a good deal, right, the buyers will come, right? If it's a good deal,
they'll stay.
It will sell, right?
Yeah, and they'll stay. You guys give me a call, 877-LARRY-GO, to get a copy of the Investor's Kit, get registered for our next 3-day event where we go into a lot more detail on this stuff, talk about our mentoring programs, kind of anything and everything. You can send me an email to info@bragradio.com, or you can text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063 for that Investor's Kit that we can get out to your email, 877-LARRY-GO.
Tune in again next Saturday for Brag Radio. As best-selling real estate investing author Larry Goins and co-host Kandas teach you the latest techniques the pros use to make money in real estate. If you'd like more information about what Larry and Kandas talked about on today's show, would like a free investor's kit, or to schedule a tour of the office, call 877-LARRY-GO. That's 877-527-7946. It's Bragg Radio. Be rich and generous on News Talk 1110 99.3 WBT.